Hi guys, Elamir Meets Everybody's Michelle Marie Tony. I wanted to try to explain something that we're trying to do and trying to archive and recover all the files over the years. First I tried it using the standard fancy graphical tools, which kind of helped, but resulted in more complications than I wanted to deal with. So we're just doing it the old-fashioned Unix way of using the cp command to copy files from the hard drive on top to the hard drive on the bottom this is from Catalina hard drive to the new hard drive, which is called the Mac HD2. And the reason we're doing it that way is I got a whole shitload of discs over here, and I want to get these things done before I'm 100 years old. It's kind of a joke, but it's not really particularly much of a joke. We have SSDs, we have hard drives, these are only SATA ones. Now we're all the EIDE drives, well, they're in the storage bin. And all the SCSI ones, they're in the storage bin. So I'm trying to copy these files over and try to extract and save what I can so that we can share them up on the other computers so that we can put them on Patreon. So things like the rare books, articles, stories I have written, things in the past, so that people on Patreon can look at them. The reason why they're going to be on Patreon, well, YouTube really doesn't have a way for non-audio and video, or non-video files. Even audio files are problematic on YouTube, even on a community tab. So it's easier to put the files externally. Yes, I can upload them to Google Drive, as I do have about 2 terabytes of storage. But even that's it's problematic too, because it takes time to process all those files, and I just rather go ahead and just deal with the one source, and Patreon is kind of convenient for that reason. So we're trying to get that stuff up here on Patreon. As far as why did the computer reset this morning, I have no idea. It's a problem that has been reported over and over again about Mac Minis, especially the M1 Mac Minis occasionally would just spontaneously reboot. It very rarely happens with mine, but when it does, it's like the second time it's ever happened, and it's like really kind of awkward. Because it doesn't make any sense. So right now I'm in the process of definitely trying to get all these files copied, and you can see it's going to take a long time. As is copying all these files from one computer to another. So I'm got these different drives installed here, and I do have a couple more of those silver boxes, which is only SCSI 2, so if I plug in one more of those, I could theoretically copy some more files simultaneously, but it's going to be still IO bound, so it's just easier not to try doing that. So copying files multiple at a time is really just not an option. It's just too much work to do multiple discs at once. So try to copy what I can. And I keep forgetting this computer can also do USB 4. And might want to try that. USB 4. There are EIDE caddies or drive platforms that can load drives like 8-track cartridges. You just slap them in or slide them in, and then and this will electrically connect through either EIDE or SATA to do things that way. I go with the cases because it protects the discs. Remember, I have cats. I have a cat, and well, Rusty, which doesn't normally mean harm. Speaking of Rusty right there, he does. What's up with that? He does sometimes get into things and has a habit of getting his cat fur and everything, and that's why I like those cases, because it makes it easier for me to keep things from getting too messy and nice and tidy. Also, the external cases that are not depending on the computer power is good. Considering they're under USB 2.0, some of these drives also support USB 2.0. They really need more than 500 milliamps of power. Well, an SSD can probably get around with 500 milliamps. A big, huge, large, 2.5 inch, 3.5 inch hard drive is not that. I mean, a 3.5 inch hard drive is like Rusty. They're big, they're going to need more energy, more power, more stuff, right? So we need more space. So why do we need all the RAM for? Well, the reason we need the RAM is because with the 2009 Mac Pro broken, we can't edit videos in the 2009 Mac Pro, okay? Because that computer is now kaput. It's not working. And because of that reason, we need to be able to access our files and stuff. And everybody likes the cat, but you can see why I'm talking about having a case, why it's important, because there's Mr. Big Beastie Kitty sitting right next to the hard drive, and hey, Kitty, Rusty, alright. Yeah, he likes attention. He's getting old, by the way. He's not exactly a kitten anymore. But, he is happy that he's actually kind of hogging the attention right now. So, anyway, how's this computer hack with this stuff here for the spot and the trace that was becoming unglued on the monitor? Well, it works. It keeps the monitor running for now. So it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. And you can see that it's still copying files. It's, I'm gonna have to sort through all these disks. But that's what we're doing anyway. So then we show the telephoto lens. Yeah, I see you, Rusty. You see me? Here's the ultra-wide angle. Yeah, pretty cool, huh? So it has kind of like a quickie zoom lens. So the point I'm trying to say is when I get done with all these SATA drives, then I can start to figure out what files are here and then determine where the next files are going to be and things like that. And there's a lot of stuff. I don't know if I can show you much here. Let's see if I can pull up the treachery free of what I've got so far. It might be a little bit IO bound, but let's see if I can pull up some of the documents. Now, here we have some of the documents, some of the stuff. Some of this stuff is really old. The Winterville radio show notes. yes, folks, that was to be a radio show, but it ended up becoming a book. And Harpy Flight, List of the Dryad, List of the Logger, List of the Dryad, any video converter, Apple support, just a whole bunch of different things, Valid of the Snow Team, PDF, PS, BattleNet, just a lot of stuff just all over the place. It's just kind of neat to think about. But let's come back, take a look at pictures. Let's see, because unfortunately there is one iPhoto library I can't read. I don't know if I have them in here. Yeah, you do, you don't. Okay, I do and I don't. All right. So, I don't have those right here, but we do have pictures. And, the pictures from the Power Mac G5 are in an iPhoto library that is no longer compatible with anybody else. It's just like kind of like dealing with the different versions of WordPerfect and WordStar and Microsoft Office, where you got formats that no longer have converters for them. So it's important to keep those computers running so you can extract the files, as we're trying to do right now. And so that's what we're doing. We're trying to copy everything over here so that you can check them out and do stuff like that. Also, we have another thing going on in the background here with transmission. Definitely not good. Unless you want to know how we get movies for our movies. We're using a tool here to get movies off the internet. And it's not really cool. Anyway, but here's the point I'm trying to get at. Let's go back to this. So we're going to keep copying these files over. And I'm trying to copy these discs before nighttime so that we can get our 7 o'clock show in. Because you guys, let's be honest, you want the 7 o'clock. You know you want the 7 o'clock. And because of that reason, we have to get the files to you guys tonight. So, for the 7 o'clock show. And I've actually dropped a few hints that one day I was going to show you some of the files and pictures and stuff. Well, let's just say this way. The first thing is we have to copy all these pictures from one hard drive to the other. Then sort them all out. Weed out duplicates and garbage and things that don't apply. And this is on all the formats. From SATA, EIDE, SCSI. I have SCSI drives too. I need to get some new cables because Patty unfortunately lost one of my SCSI cables. Granted, do I really need a 12-foot long one? Because right now, that was when that's the deal was with the SCSI Ultra 320. That's 320 megabytes per second. Yes, folks, SCSI is not as fast as SATA. Especially not parallel SCSI. But unfortunately, I have a whole bunch of parallel SCSI hard drives I need to read them to, and then we have the DLT tape cartridges, which we have to plug into a SCSI tape reader on their Power Mac G5 to read those tapes in and load them into the machine. Turn on the Terminator, and I was gonna say, oh, that's a problem because unfortunately one of the Terminators is, originally was set to run with the PowerMax G3, and the PowerMax G3 broke, and I have to get another PowerMax G3 because the software does not work under the what is it called, compatibility mode, or which is like running macOS 9.22 under Tiger. So I can't use that to set the settings on the card and make sure the determinators are set right. So, which means whatever the card was set for originally is what we're stuck with. So if one channel only says the determinators need to be on and the other terminators off, then I have to make sure to put a terminator on both sides. And I know one channel has the terminator turned on, which I believe is the one VHD CI, and the other one has high byte terminated and low bytes not terminated because we're using with DB25. So all this stuff is enough to drive you crazy, but that's the reality of how it all works. So you'll get this thing done. And so yes, guys, I did not take 7 hours to take a bath, even though some of you might wish it did. I know it didn't. I already had did most of the cleaning up when I got up this morning, but washing my hair and then taking a good bath to get rid of any grunge and yucky stuff off my body was the reason I did that. And that's what we're doing right now is copy files. Copy. How long is that going to take? I don't know. Fortunately enough, we can still be streaming the live stream at the same time we're copying it because the internal SSD is not being used right now. This is only entirely USB from one USB drive to another USB drive. So theoretically, it should still be fine for getting the streams going. So that's what we're going to try to do. But for right now, say thank you for watching this, guys. And oh yes, I do admit I sometimes still have to figure out how to end the stream without basically ruining the stream. But for now, all I'll say is see you later. See you tonight at 7. Bye bye.